Hey, yo, Sunday, June 14th, come experience hip-hop. The pioneers will be on the set. Visit thebiggapicture.com for more information. This is not for the cameras. This is for the culture.
Yeah, y'all, we are back. Yes, indeed. Clap it up. Clap it up. We back in the building. Hey, listen, I don't know if you've seen this before, but we had a little intermission. Okay, we had to break bread with our family. You know what I mean? So we stopped, got some eats, I got some grub, had some drinks, you know what I mean? A little, you know what I mean? And now we back to it. So what we want to do now is we want to open up the floor to our audience for some Q&A. Any questions about anything that we talked about tonight, any topic that we covered, any topic that we didn't cover, or anything that you have a query or question about, it's time right now. Ask any of our participants up here on the stage.
I have a question.
All right,
this
this Marquise.
question in my loins forever.
Listen, big homie, good money.
Loins. Forget nowadays. Loins go back.
Loins go back.
Pause is like the most recent.
Yeah.
Now, I have hip-hop artists from Harlem and hip-hop Harlem's from the Bronx. Now, this is a serious question because the meaning of pioneer is being there in the beginning. So, I want to ask the Harlem artists, do you consider yourselves pioneers of hip-hop being from Harlem, even though hip-hop started in the Bronx?
Yes. Yes.
Because Easy Lee, I've seen some photos of Easy Lee, which is a Treasure Street DJ. Am I right? LA says from Treasure Street?
He was.
Okay, was. I've heard him say that, not word for word, but, Harlem is not they learn from the Bronx, you know what I mean, and they're not necessarily pioneers, you know what I mean. But now the beginning could be 2 or 3 months into it.
I need the basic question. Do Harlem artists, them being from Harlem, consider themselves, even they're from the first school of Harlem, do they consider themselves pioneers?
Even though it started in the Bronx.
All right, go ahead, Mike.
Yes, we do.
Thank you.
Yes, we do. And I can elaborate on it more, but I'm going to let LA talk to you more.
Yes, I concur. We do, but primarily for me, and I'm only going to speak for me, because I'm a learned person. I have no problem.
Yeah, give me the money.
I got no problem learning from anybody. I mean, I think that makes me a better artist if I'm willing to look at somebody from the Bronx if they're doing it right, and I'm calling myself wanting to ingratiate myself with that. Why would I not look at the Cobras, bro?
No, that was my question.
No, but the question was, do I consider myself a pioneer?
Because hip hop started in the Bronx and you from Harlem. So there had to be a section there had to be a time period that you missed.
But what I was going to say is my major influence personally, I got my yearning to be a part of hip hop from DJ Hollywood. He was my first artist I ever saw. So he was my impact. He influenced me. When I see Hollywood, I said, oh shit, I want to do that. Most hip hoppers would say Hollywood was not cut from a hip hop cloth. He obviously had to have, because if he influenced me, I'm 100% hip hop through and through. So I wouldn't change that for nothing.
I don't know if that answered my question.
I said yes from the beginning.
So you do.
I said that was good.
So you're explaining your yes.
So Mike C says yes, and LA Sunshine says yes. They consider themselves pioneers of
What
hip hop.
about you though, Caz? Do you consider Harlem MCs as pioneers?
I'm from the Bronx.
Even
That's
though
not a Bronx question. That's for Harlem, for the people that you directed it to in the first place, for what they consider themselves. I know who I am. I'm from the Bronx. All right, but that particular question pertains to the people that you asked it to, and I think that they gave it to you. Next up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Thank you for that question, though.
No sorry. You good?
For the
Oh yeah, turn your phone off, please.
Please,
thought I
please.
did. The president is calling me.
Peace, everybody.
What's good, Mama?
So, from the outside looking in, I'm a fan. I'm a hip hop fan. I'm not in the industry. I'm not in the know and everything. I'm always fascinated when I do meet artists and I see their excitement when they meet other artists or when they see other artists, and it reminds me, oh yeah, they're also hip hop fans. So for the pioneers, I think y'all are all pioneers in the room. as hip hop fans, I'm curious to know who are some of the newer artists that like you really, 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 really fuck with.
Nice.
I think that question would pertain to me and Mike, more so.
Yes.
Mike, who do you fuck with of this generation?
Well, there's. Well, hold on. I like. Not really too many of them.
Nasty word.
Nobody after
But
That's
I'm
nasty
not gonna.
word.
Nah, there are some newer artists that I kind of like. Like for instance, I like J. Cole. You know what I mean? I think he's about the newest that I like. And I'm not knocking any of the new artists because they're just not on the wheel that I'm turning. I still like them. I just feel that they just not what I really consider. I'm not saying they're not hip hop, but I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? I can hear.
It's not your generation.
It's not
of
my
music,
generation.
basically.
I couldn't even name their records, let alone the artists. Like, you know, some that you hear all the time, like you hear about the ASAP Rocky and ASAP D and the Fergs, and you hear about those people, but I don't really roll with them like that. I like, for instance, what's his name? Maxi Pat. I have no idea on who he is. Like I know he made a record with Jim Jones, but I never heard any of his songs for me to feel that after Jay-Z and Nas, he would even be considered to be standing there talking. Like, you know what I'm saying? I come after them. How? How? First, if you was locked up for 18 years, how you come back and say, well, after them, I come where? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how that all bubbles up in people's heads. So that's my answer. You know.
I mean, for me, I forgot the fucking question. Your answer was so
New artists that you
what new artists that you
Not necessarily new, but after you.
No, after us. Everybody came after me.
Right. So
If I say
who
Run
are your
DMC,
favorites?
then I'm relevant because they came after me. You know what I mean? We come from the grains of this shit from the beat. Nobody came before us. Okay?
Okay.
Let me say me. Let me speak for myself. Nobody came before me. I was there when everybody from the beginning was there. Okay? I didn't have as big a equipment. I didn't have as big a name or whatever. But I was out there fucking grinding just like everybody else. All right? Going to parties, doing my own parties, doing this and that. So there was nobody to get this from. I had to help create it. And if something was going on, I had to master that and then go past it. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Right. If I was DJing, all right, who's the fucking biggest DJ now? Kool Herc, so and so. Okay, what makes Kool Herc the biggest DJ? He got the biggest sound system. He got all the dope records and this and this. Okay, now you got to have a good sound system. You got to have dope records. You got to, you know what I mean? And then you got to pass that. Right. You got to go beyond that. You got to add something to that doesn't exist. Okay? I go to graffiti. Yo, this and that, so-and-so, this and that. Well, who's doing that? Who ain't doing this? Whatever. How can I make my imprint on this element as well? Okay? And for me in particular, I did that to each element until I mastered all of them. So now I got this shit on lock. Whoever come and do this is doing this after me, and I help provide the blueprint or the groundwork because there was no example for me to go to. Right. There was no rap record that I could listen to and be like, okay, that shit sound dope. That's how you rap. There was no examples. There was no nothing. We made it up as we went along. But we took hints from things that we heard in music that came before us. Okay? The Cold Crush didn't learn harmony just because we invented harmony. No, we heard it from so-and-so. We heard it from so-and-so. And we decided, yo, we need to sound like that. We need to incorporate that into how we sound and this and this and that. So it's a combination of things. And I always say hip-hop didn't invent anything. Hip-hop reinvented every fucking thing. Okay, and that's exactly what we did.
Can I help the sister for a second? Because I think I understand the essence of what your question is, and we're not getting the answer to that, right? So I think what the essence of the sister's question is, after you are there any MCs that you have in
Everybody.
Everybody. Okay, well, she just want a couple of people.
Of
Give her a couple of people. Give her a couple
Listen,
of people.
no, good. I'm glad you alluded to that because I didn't, in essence, answer the direct question. Who do I feel that came after me? Damn near everybody. Because everybody came after me. KRS-One, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, like Cool G Rap, Nas, like so many groups. Like everybody that came after me added something to the dynamic. Run DMC, Houdini, the fucking Fat Boys added something to the dynamic. Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick. So there is a myriad of people that I can name because everybody came after me. So it's like me trying to do a top 10 or a top 20 or top 25. For me to do one, it's harder for me to do it than somebody that was born 10, 20 years ago. Right. They only got a few people to go by. I got to remember everybody that came through. So when I make my list, I got to think of everybody, not just the people I was exposed to. Right. So my list consists basically of everybody that came after me that kind of pick up the hip hop ball and ran with it.
Right.
My question is, I heard that y'all having a hip hop school coming to the Bronx. Could y'all elaborate on that?
Yes. Myself and an organization called Windows of Hip Hop, we've been thoroughly invested into going into schools. One school in particular in the Bronx, PS 55, which has kind of like brought us in and kind of adopted us, and we adopted them as a school that we wanted to help promote and to bring, some hip hop literacy to. We started the idea of building a recording studio in an actual elementary school to implement some hip hop ideology into it, and that was the first steps into leading to what we now are about to open in September, an actual high school of hip hop. Okay, we need some claps for that. And this has been something that's been brewing for over 10 years now. Right. Okay, so I just saw recently an announcement that Mayor Mamdani, the new mayor, as there's going to be a new school of hip. First of all, salute to our new mayor, Mamdani, and salute to him accepting all of the movements that we've had going forward that's going to help our communities. That school being one of them, because that's been in the planning stages for over 10 years before we ever heard of a Mamdani or anything. I mean, when fucking Ruben Diaz, was our Bronx Borough president, and the political climate has changed from generation to generation. But this idea has been implemented a long time ago. And we're glad that the current mayor can bring it to fruition. Nice. So that's what's going to happen. So this September, in the Boogie Down Bronx, the birthplace of hip-hop, we are opening the first high school of hip-hop. And we need the best educators, that are out there. The educators that kind of grew up on the influences of hip-hop, but also have the academia to move our students forward, in all aspects. My brother L.A. Sunshine is part of that effort as well, who he's worked in schools, and with the youth, and not only sports, but in, all kind of areas of excellence to help them move forward.
L.A. love the kids.
L.A. love the kids. So yes, thank you for bringing that up. The first high school of hip hop will be opened up in the Bronx.
Alright, so I got 3 quick questions. First one,
Three? Yeah, that's my dude. He gets loaded.
You I know the answer to this first question. I just want to hear Mike say it. Mike C, where's the best haze?
Dykeman.
Okay, there we go. I just want to hear that.
Oh, if y'all didn't catch that, he asked Mike C, where's the best haze? All right? Haze. Dykeman.
All right. Second question. Caz, would you be open to a Grandmaster Caz movie? And what would that look like? The Cold Crush movie. Whoa. What would that involve? I feel like that would have so much culture in it. You meeting people, all kind of stuff.
Those are two different dynamics you're talking about. You said a Grandmaster Caz movie, and then you said a Cold Crush movie. Those are two different movies. You know what I mean? Because my career as Grandmaster Caz precedes the Cold Crush. It intersects with the Cold Crush, and then it goes on after the Cold Crush. So that's a story unto itself. The Cold Crush story is a story unto itself as well. Okay, and to be honest, I've already started working on my own documentary. I've been filming it for like a year and a half.
Let's go.
So that's coming to fruition. And I've just been approached by a good friend, a guy who used to write for Martin, Martin Lawrence, his TV series. His name is KB, Kenny Buford, all right, a.k.a. Kareem Ali. He was a writer. Kenny. He used to write for Martin, and we are in talks right now about producing a movie about the battle between the Cold Crush and the Fantastic
Alright, and my last question would be is to kind of extend off what I said about you being the blueprint, the foundation to the hip hop culture. How your DNA is in every single hip hop artist, so there wouldn't be no Drink Champs, no Gillian Wallow, none of these podcasts, because they all extension of hip hop. Would you be? And I got love for them too, by the way. Joe and Jada show was fire. You know, Drink Champs is fire.
Yes.
I got big love for them. I'm saying something that I know they would say, because they have respect for the culture and the foundation that you have laid. So would you be open to doing the Cazual Talk Legends Lounge with them?
Wow.
Gillian Wallow, Fat Joe, Jada Kiss, Drink Champs, and I know they would do it with you. And I'm asking y'all too. I know y'all can't see me, but I'm asking you, because I know you got love for the culture. Fat Joe, Jada, all of them is the realest. All of these podcasts I'm talking about are the realest. So I know they were doing it. So I'm asking you and them at the same time.
Yes, I would most definitely entertain something like that, because I'm also working with the Hip Hop Museum in the Boogie Down Bronx. We opening up the Hip Hop Museum in the birthplace of hip hop, which will be the mecca, for hip hop. But thank you. But my involvement with the museum is to help unite every effort that has the same mantra as we do. We're trying to preserve the culture of hip-hop. We're trying to preserve the legacy of hip-hop and the history of hip-hop for generations to come. So long after we're gone, our history will not be erased. It will be cemented in an institution just as strong as the Grammys, just as strong as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, just as strong as the, the government institutions that chronicle American history. Okay, we will be just as strong as that. Because if you look around, you fuck around, 100 years from now, if you leave it up to other people to document our culture, you look 100 years from now, and when it says hip-hop, you look in, well, there's AI now, so it won't be no encyclopedias or no shit like that. But whatever screen you go on, you click hip-hop, and there'll be like a picture of like Eminem. Or something like that, or something that came after Eminem even, to represent what the entire culture is. They won't go back to the beginning. They won't go back to the essence. They won't go back to the time when it was invented. They'll go back to the time when it was most popular, and then they'll chronicle it from that.
So we gotta control our own story.
That's why it's important to control our own narratives while we're here.
Facts.
Once we document ourselves, ask my brother Bernie, we in the algorithm. You can't erase this.
That's right. You know what I would
It's
say?
already, AI already know who we are.
Right. Yep.
And if that's the next mechanism for recognition, you can't take it away. We already in there. They know who we are already. Okay? They know the Cazual Talk podcast. They know the Henny Boyz. Guess what? They know each one of us individually.
Yep.
When we go on ChatGPT, or tell me about the Henny Boyz, they'll give us a personality fucking of all of us. Just from what they've seen us do already. Okay?
And that's why, last thing I'm going to say about the whole King Tut thing, you being the Pharaoh, because we got respect for our fellow Pharaohs. Fat Joe, fellow Pharaoh, but you the first Pharaoh. You understand? So this podcast is the most important hip-hop podcast in the entire world right now. So if they tap in with you, which I know they will, I already know what's going to happen. It's going to be an explosion of culture, which is well deserved for Grandmaster Caz. So we clap it up for the podcast one more time.
Love love.
I do. Son.
Hey, listen, my thing,
I do.
and I salute everybody from Joe Buttons, you know what I mean, to Ice-T. Ice-T had one of the first podcasts, okay? He stopped it after a while or whatever, but I was a guest on one of his first podcasts. So he was one of the first people in this space. And to look at all the people that are in the podcast space now, it's like crazy. But the same thing with your music, consider the source. Okay, whenever you hear something, consider where it came from. How credible is the voice that this came from? How credible is the thinking of the person who said this? You know what I mean? How much can I put into this?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Just don't take shit for face value, because most shit niggas is talking out their ass, to be honest. Okay?
Facts.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Basically. And our podcast is dedicated basically to hip-hop. Okay? Now, there are things that are going on that are related to the culture, a lot of stories that are funny, a lot of controversial, and this and that, so-and-so got locked up and so-and-so shot, so we don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck about that, because we focus on hip-hop, how hip-hop helps us, and how we can thrive through this culture, how we can preserve this culture. How can we remind you motherfuckers that Big Daddy Kane matters to this day? That's why we're here. Hey, yo, salute. Can we get a toast up for all of our guests? All right, that came on tonight.
We got one.
All right, we're gonna get you in. We're gonna get you in. Let's get that in before we do the
Let's
toast.
get it in.
All right, go ahead.
Let's get it in.
As legendary MCs, right? What's your favorite line you ever wrote, everybody?
What's my favorite line?
Yeah, your own shit.
I wouldn't know, to be honest.
They said the bus stop.
From what I've gotten from my fans, per se, family, it varies from rhyme to rhyme, record to record. But for me personally, I don't have a favorite of my own. I got a favorite line of all time, but it was...
Man, say the shit, man.
Special K's line. It says, heartbeat, he goes, what is this line, man? I can't even think about it. I'm Special K, not a doctor, but I'm going to prescribe. That rhyme, he says, I don't want to say the whole rhyme. Special K, not a doctor, but I'm going to prescribe. Rock the whole time. I'm like a reoccurring myth, but all I am is a man. Just that line right there. I'm like a reoccurring myth, but all I am is a man. That's the dopest line in hip-hop.
Just that line right there.
That line.
Okay, all right.
I wish you would have spit that shit. That
Marquise.
was nice.
Yes,
that was
sir.
nice, baby.
You're an MC.
Yes, sir.
Answer that query. What's the dopest line you ever
That
spit?
you ever spit?
What's
The dopest line you ever spit?
That I ever spit?
Yes.
You, man. Not the nigga behind you.
Anything giving God the glory.
He thought you said AI.
Hold on.
I remember that rhyme you said, Riverbank.
I don't know, but I'm summarizing.
Anything you say to where it says give God the glory.
Yes.
Okay.
Or thank God.
all right,
I'm
say that.
summarizing.
Mike.
That should be
Mike.
right here for me to keep looking at it.
I want
dopest line.
to hear Bigga too, though. If we don't want to break
You
the
got
cipher.
one?
Bigga put around the
Yeah, you put on spot.
What?
You got the glasses on and
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
You gotta go on spot too.
Bigga, hit him with the 180. I've been working on some Bigga videos. He's got double and triple entendres,
Oh,
like
okay.
crazy.
Let me find
Hit
out.
him.
All my
Hit him.
soldiers is license to carry.
You gotta pass it.
Yeah, you gotta pass the fluff. You gotta give him the fluff, son. You gotta give him the fluff.
I don't know. I'm a lyricist, so all my lines are very important. I think that most of the stuff I say, people don't understand. So I would.
Like an example.
Yeah, my nigga.
Give it up there.
What would it be
As per se.
All right, so rest in peace to Rob Bass. We all know that Rob Bass.
Yes,
died.
sir.
I made a video that is very controversial all over line. I'm sure everybody in the room has seen it, where they trying to say I'm spitting trash bars and it's garbage or something. So one of the lines in the thing, I say, Christian used to listen, rob bass. How big? Miraculous. When I hit you with the Mac, you lit. If you guys understood what that meant.
Right. You would have to, be analytic that way. And every listener is not an MC.
Exactly.
Okay?
I grew up.
And a lot of your shit'll fly right over their fucking head, and they won't understand how dope what the fuck you just said.
Exactly.
Because they don't understand where it came from. And a lot of time, if you don't give prior context, like I'll let you know, like yo, I'm gonna give you a hint to what I said and why I said what I said. So now when I say it, you put that together with the hint, and that'll help you. But a lot of times you just say things like, let's say slang, that just this shit that me and Mike say to each other. If I say in a rhyme, you wouldn't be able to understand what it is. But Michael know. Might be a whole shit.
Right. Can I interject?
Like JD
I hate you niggas because you always put me in this position, son. I'm always in this position, but I'm gonna go ahead and play my position in the crew. So, as a form of a genre, what is comedy, right? Like comedy is an agreed upon thing, right? Like we gotta agree upon it to establish that it's funny, right? So again, if we talk about dope MCing, right? Like what's dope MCing? What does that mean? What does it mean to be a dope MC, right? Right? So now if you say that my shit is metaphysical, right? If it's metaphysical and the common person or this people who you are trying to reach out to, if they can't get to it, right? If it doesn't resonate with that, does that still make you dope? Right? Because I would argue that as we think about any MC in this room or any MC in the history of hip hop that we would consider dope, the thing that makes them dope is the resonation. Right? He said that rhyme and I got it. As a Brooklyn kid who ain't know shit about fucking rap, I got it. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like if you, I get it, Big. I feel you. I feel you. I understood what you said, but if you saying that my YN in the back might not get this, and because my YN doesn't get this, and my YN, you know what I'm saying? I think this is a thing that we're going to talk about later as well. Right?
You have to, because I don't know what the fuck you doing.
I get it, but yo, I know some people do. I know some people do.
What you talking about? I see what he's saying.
I understand.
Because I know that
some people do.
I know what he's saying.
But nobody else would.
That's what he's saying.
Hold on.
2 seconds.
Let Bigga finish his thought. All right.
Saying that to me. And I do want to respond to that because what he's saying is very, very important. So, to my YN that they want to call it in the back,
no doubt.
As my brother,
affectionately,
as my brother referred to.
Affectionately.
Hip hop is to educate us. You understand? Okay. Hip hop is to teach us. Okay. I grew up off of the real hip hop.
Okay.
And to this day, I listen to lyricists like Rakim. I listen to lyricists like Big Daddy Kane and Cannabis, and still figuring out that's what they meant. That's the beauty of hip hop. Now, when you listen to my rhyme, I'm speaking in double entendre. If you hear it, my YN, if it sounds good to you and you like it, that's what I want. Later on, you will put together. He wasn't even saying what I thought he was saying.
Real quick.
If I didn't talk about what I was talking about.
If we could real quick,
Bigga.
If we could real quick, break that shit down. Just real quick.
Break it down?
Because that's the point, right? Like,
hip hop is education.
No, nigga, the bars.
Ain't no nigga the bars.
No. Hold on.
Disrespect the education.
Hold on. Respect to your question.
Yeah.
The answer will take way too long.
Exactly.
Okay, because once he talk about it, I'm gonna have to talk about it.
And
then he gonna have to talk about it. And then he gonna have to talk about it. Okay, because as far as lyrically, there's so many intricacies involved in writing, in rhyming, in rapping. Okay, and most people just take the top layer. You know what I mean? Shit that rhymes, the rhyme words. And that's the basic. But there's so many other fucking layers underneath that shit that make it. You know what I mean? So, in order for us to get into that, like on the level, like you just said, yo, hold on, Bigga, explain that, nigga. We be here all night, nigga. Because I'm going to have to get into it. And the explanation is way bigger than we can cover in this little amount of time. Let's hold on to that, though. Let's get to that. Because I want all MCs to sit down and listen to that conversation.
Yes,
okay, about the double entendre, about the metaphors, all right? About when I was first writing, nobody was rhyming 3 words with 1 word.
Yeah.
Okay? I was like, you know what? I could make all 3 of these words rhyme with that one motherfucking word and do this and this and that. Not to say I invented it or nothing like that, but that was my mindset in the early days of writing. You know what I mean? So, metaphors, comparing something with something that people can relate to and take the message and be like, oh shit, he meant that when he said that. That's a metaphor, and that's a perfect metaphor. And if you catch the right one, the good one, nigga.
That's the explanation right there.
Can we get the rest of the
Godson. Fred the Godson.
Rest in peace, yes.
Come on, fam.
Fire.
Come on. If you know anything about rhyming, he'll answer that whole question about you had about double entendres and metaphors and this and that, because he had the whole package. Okay.
Can we get the rest of the panel to answer that question, especially Tone? Tone is a lyricist.
Yeah,
so Tone.
Tone was asleep.
Nigga said no, he wasn't asleep. He was contemplating. He was contemplating.
Yo, Tone.
I'm gonna let this sister act.
He wasn't answered. I don't want to drag this on longer. There's other people with questions. That was answered.
That was answered.
There's no need for me to build on that.
Let the sister go. Let the sister go.
I just want everybody who's listening to the podcast to understand what just happened, and I want to bring up again the announcement about the hip hop high school, the Bronx School of Hip Hop is what it's called.
Yes.
I attended the first open house. They called it the first cipher.
Right.
What the principal
Jason Reyes.
Jason, thank you. What he did was he did a lesson with us. It was so dope. He did a lesson with us. He gave us a peek onto what our children are going to be learning. And this conversation that we just had is an example. It's not just metaphors. I learned in that first cipher, because I'm a math and science person, not English. I learned that it's not just metaphors that you all use. It's a whole list of literary devices.
Similes.
Way more. Words I've never heard of.
All kind of, yes,
and so what we did
was,
we took, my supervisors called me, my daughter. We took.
Might have to take that.
She's like, Mommy, where you at? We took lyrics, and they gave us the literary devices. They gave us the definitions of it, and we had to identify all of the literary devices and everything. And these are like we did a Nas song, we did a Jigga song, and we did a They Not Like Us Kendrick song. Okay. And I was blown away. And I just want the world to know that the Bronx School of Hip Hop is not just about playing music while they in school and having DJs in the cafeteria.
Thank you, sis.
The kids are gonna be all right. When I tell you the kids, like academics to me, and I gotta go because baby girl is probably wondering.
We all gotta go in a second, Mama. But finish your thought.
That's it. Please support this effort if you can. I've already told Jason that I'm available, as a community volunteer. I don't have a teaching license. I can't teach, but I'm gonna be involved in that school.
We're gonna need mentees.
You could be
a mentors. Whatever. We're gonna need consultants. We're gonna need all that. All right. As long as you got the heart for the job and you ready to contribute, we need you. Okay. Thank you.
June 14th.
So guys, listen. Our next podcast, all right, because we're trying to get back on a regular schedule now, all right. So June 14th will be our next podcast, and we will be podcasting live the way we did this evening. All right, we're going to start a trend. We're going to keep this going, and we're going to have a live audience. If you came tonight, you're welcome to the next podcast as well. If you have friends or people that you want to recommend to the podcast, definitely let them know. Or we'll be sending out a link or something like that to the address and the next time, and that is going to happen.
BiggaPictureNetwork.com.
TheBiggerPicture.com if you want to find out about, anything as far as the Cazual Talk podcast featuring Henny Boyz moving forward, BiggerPicture.com. Go to it. Okay, my man Bigga's in the house. All right? Guys, it was a great motherfucking day. Hey, I miss y'all. I hope y'all miss us, okay? Because I've got them. You got certain people that gonna follow you through whatever. Certain people that fuck with you when nobody else is fucking with you, and they be like, "Yo, when you gonna do the podcast again?" And but it be that one person. It ain't like people clamoring at your door or texting you, "When's the next podcast?" But even though people don't, people are waiting. We've covered enough bases, and enough people have seen us to be wondering when they coming back. When they coming back. We are an alternative to everybody podcasts that sound the same.
I agree.
Okay, we are an alternative to everybody's guest-driven podcast who feel like they have the top names and so and so and such to come through. That's fine and dandy too, but that's not gonna make our show. We can't let that make our show, and we can't let that break our show. All right, we are about us and how we feel about shit. Okay, it's the Cazual Talk podcast, y'all. Like and subscribe. All right. Hey, before we get out of here, yo, Big Tone, make some noise. Kenny B, make some noise. Mighty Mike C, make some noise. Big Daddy, make some noise. Salute to our brother, Bigga. Okay.
Yes, sir. Make some noise.
Bigga, my nigga.
This is the platform that he shared with us and able to, reach and talk to you guys. All right,
yes,
we appreciate your support. Yes, my brother, Vernon. All right, Alvarez.
Big Burn. You
already know, baby. All right. Salute to all of our guests. Salute to Marquise Marrow. Salute to LA Sunshine. My brother Ray.
Sunshine.
Okay, and my man Tone Vieira from Sirius XM, our producer from Master Joint. Guys, June 14th. Make sure you tune back in with us, man. That's our next live broadcast. We'll be recording right here. Same spot.
Nice.
Okay.
Same bad channel.
What time? What time?
Don't worry about the time, all right?
To be announced?
No. When we record is not important, except for when the audience knows. And when we get together, we'll put out a link. Okay. But when you gonna see it is after we record it. So that's time. Okay? As far as our audience, like I said, once again, we thank you guys. We appreciate you. This is the first time we made this happen. And you know who fucks with you when people come and fuck with you. No, thank you so much.
New talk, winning New York. This is New York, nigga. New talk, winning New York. This is New York, nigga. New talk, winning New York. This is New York, nigga. New talk. I can watch a Knicks play basketball. This is New York, nigga. I can watch a Knicks play basketball. This is New York, nigga. Place your bet on us and bet it's us. In the wait was trust the jet ain't us. J-Land in your face, so pass the J. No Antonio, you just cast away. We birthed hip hop, so we got the win. Still mad I sin in the garden. Want action, but ain't no B. Put a Bill Jackson, let me call OG. Pass the cup, no more refill. No toll on bridges before me kill. I know you read just hoes, man. Before touch might need dough land. Your team stinks, I call them farts. Played your part, but you don't got Josh Hart. We got the juice, my city the proof. Clyde in my group, they know I'ma shoot. Wanna play with us, we play with toy. Give you a tip, you're just an errand boy. Winning New York. This is New York, nigga. New talk. Winning New York. This is New York, nigga. New talk. Winning New York. This is New York, nigga. New talk. I can watch the Knicks play basketball. This is New York, nigga. I can watch the Knicks play basketball. This is New York, nigga.